in the business where you currently are happy, okay, the company where you are currently happy to expand in the side of France, um, tell me, when did you first realize that this was the business you wanted to work for? I mean, help me understand a bit about the your passion for this particular business that this particular company that you are working for. What do you like
So
about it?
first of all, the company that I like, that I work for, what I like about it, is important to like the culture. It's important to like the company that you're working for in terms of not just the product aspect, but it has to be three aspects. I like to break it down. The product has to match your own vision. The leaders have to be good leaders. When I mean good leaders, I mean people who can listen to you, people who can trust you, people who would, take your creative idea into consideration. And the third aspect that I always like to take into account is the fact that you as a person have room for development also. I consider myself still pretty young, and I'm a person who like to develop, like to grow. So I would feel very uncomfortable working in a place where I cannot develop. I like my work to be incentivized, of course, not just financially, but incentivized in a way that I know that if I get my job done, I get my target achieved, etc., I'm able to grow and develop within that company, because the company growing should also help me grow. So those are the three aspects I'll normally look at.
Mhm.
Yeah, you have to believe in the product, you have to have good leaders who understand you, and also there has to be room for growth for yourself as a person.
All right. So, what do you offer in terms of a company that you are representing? What kind of product do you offer in the market? So, if somebody is looking at you now, they want to buy the service that your company is offering. Can you say anything about that?
Yeah, we provide a workforce management. A simple way of breaking it down is the tool we provide today allows retailers to plan smartly. In some days, people will plan and they have no traffic of clients coming in. That means they're paying more salary than they need to be paying. Whereas with the tool that we provide, you're able to know that, for example, on a Monday, you have less visitors compared to, for example, a Saturday afternoon. There is also the aspect of budgeting. The tool that we offer allows you to budget your salary, allows you to budget and have a prediction on your turnovers, and also, manage all the vacation, know who's absent, who's present. Instead of somebody, if, for example, a person has 100 stores, instead of having to work things out one by one, with a tool like us, they can, optimize the process through automation. I'll give you a simple example. During COVID, if you have, for example, if you had a store that had, if you had 200 stores and you have, I don't know, 5,000 employees, and you have to reduce their salaries to 80%, imagine the workload of you having to do that one by one per person. Whereas with a tool like us, you can just create an absence type called COVID, and you put the pay at 80%, for example, and that would automatically generate it for the entire company. So it's time saving, and it's also saving you costs on certain on salary.
That is important. And what type of businesses can benefit from this service, this automation service that you provide? What kind of businesses would you target as your client?
So today the main target for us is retailers, because the tool itself was built by ex-retailer. The owner of the company used to be a retailer himself, and he saw the gap in the market, and that's where the idea came from. But again, today you have restaurants that also benefit from what we offer. Retailers, restaurant, but it can really benefit anybody, like hotels also. But what we try to focus on today is mainly retailers and restaurants for the meantime. Before COVID and after COVID, a lot of things have changed in terms of how people are open to digital tools, for example. In life, I think when you look at history, there's always an event that happens that push people to get out of their comfort zone. And I think in this case, COVID was one of them. How do I sell to market where people are not really open to digital? I like to just put you in front of straight facts. I would have my tool when I'm showing you a demo, and I will have the way you do things, and just genuinely show you how much time you'll be saving, how much easier it is to navigate. Because when people think technology, people think, you have to do everything as an engineer, you have to understand algorithm and etc. But no, that's the back work, and that's already been done by us. All you have to do is literally use a tool as you would use your computer or use your WhatsApp. So what I normally do with this kind of clients, I'll literally have the demo. I'll normally sometimes give them the hands, allow them to navigate themselves. And I'm just telling them, you can click on here, you can click on this, but that's at the next stage of, for example, the presentation, and once they've navigated on it by themselves, it becomes a walk in the park, because they feel comfortable, they feel easy, is intuitive, because it's easy to understand, and that opens a wider door for us to work with them.
All right. Now, in terms of maybe connection, how is it easy for you to penetrate a local market? I know you were talking about lazy with the local companies before in your explanation when you were talking about collaboration, which of course I found very interesting. So I don't know if you want to spend more time there on how you are able to penetrate the local market, so that maybe some other persons can learn from you. Because why we are here actually sharing is because we want to encourage other people to go out there and do things, looking at maybe what you are doing, so that they can learn from you. So yeah, help me with that. You are entering into a new market. How do you penetrate the local culture?
Penetrating the local culture, like I said, partnership is one of them. But the other thing I want to touch on here is to do things that you are not really comfortable doing. For example, you have to attend exhibitions. You have to check online, see if there's any exhibition related to your market in terms of the product you're offering. And it's important for you to attend those places, meet people. Yes, we are selling something that's digital. Yes, today everything is pretty much done online, but it's still important for you to go and have that one-to-one contact with people, so people can put a name to a product. A face to a product. People knows that when I'm talking about this company, I can see Jonathan's face, for example. The other aspect to that, it will be also to I like to be, to say, how do you call this, the open space working areas. When you're penetrating a new market, that's my advice. That's what I've always advised to do. Don't take an office by yourself where there's just you and your team. Take an office, for example, in a place where there is co-working, because you have business event where you get to meet people. You have a lot of new businesses that are trying to penetrate. So through that, you make connections. And don't be scared. Don't be scared, for example, in my segment, to go into a store or to just cold call, companies. Try to get in conversation. Try to send emails. Connect on LinkedIn with people. You never know where the door can open from.
All right. Now you're talking of cold calling, talking of connection, talking of meeting new people. Now I'm thinking, do you also maybe like use content creation in your marketing?
100%. It's important for you on your side to also be, I'm talking about the internal aspect of things. It's important for you to be in, as a salesperson anyway, a sales department has to work closely with the marketing department. You have to work closely with the marketing. So whenever you spot a little gap, a little opportunity that you can do in terms of, like you mentioned, content creation, creating new campaign, for example, the marketing team can just generate that straight away from you, so you can just get that into work. It's important not to neglect the marketing aspect of things, but that's one aspect. That's the marketing side. There's also the product side, because I won't touch on that too much, because that's no within the question. But just to let you know, one market would have different demand to market A would have different demand to market B, for example, in terms of what they expect the product to do, in terms of compliances. So it's important for you as the salesperson, as the business developer, to be in contact with the product, to be in contact with the marketing, so you can have the best foot forward to be successful.
All right, that's interesting.